We're going to do something a little bit different for the holiday season and go over some scary horror-esque games that we can play this month to kind of get in the holiday spirit. So without further ado, this first one here, Back 4 Blood. So any members, Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2 back in the day, pretty similar to this one. This is 4v4. It's a PvP game, so you and through your friends, or this one is like if it's just you can gang up with. You can obviously play with other people on the internet, or just go solo, and they'll put you with 3 other bots. But you're battling zombies, the written, what they call them. And they have this like unique card system, so as you level through the games and go through the different levels and things like that, you earn these cards and perks that you can kind of put towards your character to enhance your gameplay, things like that too. So it's a pretty fun game. I know it didn't get the best likes and reviews because I think everybody was thinking this was going to be the next Back 4 Blood game, and I mean it somewhat isn't and somewhat isn't, but it's definitely a fun game. I definitely think you should give it a try. This is, some people hate, this is a no offline mode, so strictly internet only. But I remember when I was first playing it, they said that they were going to do like a first person, or not first person, like a single player mode. So I haven't played it in a while, so that maybe it's been updated since then. If it has, let me know in the comments. If not, that's something to kind of be on the lookout for. And I bet you, I mean, this is the Ultimate Edition that I have here, but I bet you they might have another version of this coming out with it all on the disc here, though. But yeah, Back 4 Blood, definitely check it out if you got some friends that want to get in the, you have some friends over, want to do like a party thing, or just not even over, but something to just shoot up some zombies, kill some time. It's definitely a fun game to check out. All right, next one is House of Ashes. Dark Pictures presents House of Ashes, the anthology. So this is one of them. I believe this is the 3rd one that came out of the anthology that they put out. But these super massive games, Bandai Namco, these Dark Pictures, man, they're amazing. So if you're a fan of like Until Dawn, or like story-driven games, or like realism, and you kind of you gotta essentially keep your whole camp from surviving, and some of the stuff has like quick time things in the game, so you gotta make sure you're paying attention, because something might just pop up, and if you don't push the right button at the time, you could kill your character, or decisions that you may do in that game will affect other parts of the game later on down the story. But these are super fun. If you haven't played any of them, and you don't have to like follow them in order, so they're all different stories. But there's a new one coming out. I think it got pushed back. It was supposed to come out this month. That's The Devil in Me. That's going to be the latest one, but I think it got pushed out to next month, I believe. But yeah, Man of Medan was the first, Little Hope, and then House of Ashes, which is this one. So, and then the new one is called The Devil in Me. So if you haven't played any of these like Dark Picture games, I mean, I think they originally came out on PS4, and then transferred over to PS5, obviously. But these are like awesome games, pretty story-driven games. You can play obviously by yourself, and I definitely recommend, if you can, if you have headphones, play with headphones. Like the sound, the immersiveness of that, just makes the atmosphere even better. Military unit searching for like these like artifacts, this ancient stuff back in this chemical stuff back in the day. It gives the things that they use, like how they capture these people's faces. Like, it's super realistic. It's a great game, great horror game. I would definitely check it out. Like I said, you don't have to play these in order. You can jump right into any of them because they're all different stories. But just try to keep everybody alive. All right, the next one is Dead by Daylight. This is similar to Back 4 Blood. I want to say, yeah, it's pretty much similar. You have 4 players, 4 survivors, you, and then there's a killer, and then they have their own, like, this originally it came out, they have their own killers, like the doctor and like the nurse and the hillbilly and things like that, which the hillbilly kind of reminded me of Tom Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So they some characters they had originally they end up bringing in, because play it now you can, I don't know if you can get all of them now still, but there was that time where you could have Freddy Krueger was in it, Billy from Saw, you had Michael Myers in it. So I mean they bring in these I think the Ring's in there now too. So you got what's the Ghostface from Scream. So they brought all these like killers from these movies in this game that you're trying to run from, and they have their own special abilities, things like that. But you're essentially trying to work on generators. About, I want to say there's 4 or 5 generators that you're trying to repair throughout the map so you can escape. And obviously if you're jumping into it with other people and you're not mic'd up, like these games, you gotta make sure that you're communicating, things like that, because if you're not communicating, somebody might, you know, be around the killer and you don't know it. And it's all about communication with these games, but it has the horror aspect in it as well too. So another one just like that, Back 4 Blood, Dead by Daylight. I put a lot of hours in this one. I definitely recommend it. You can only get the PS5 physical if you import it from Japan, but you can definitely download it as well. And then obviously they have the game for the PS4, so play the PS4 version as well. So yeah, I definitely recommend that as well. Grab that. If you haven't played it, play it. Alright, so the next one we got, this is a psychological horror game, so Evil Inside. This one, I would say it's more of a walking sim, I guess you would say, but it has some puzzle aspects in it too. It's a very short game, but I mean, you think of, okay, Evil Inside, let's just call this PT Part 2, PT 1.5. It's very like it's driven behind PT. It's, you're in this house, your mother's dead, and it's crazy. But like the whole thing with this is make sure you're wearing headphones, because sounds and the atmosphere where you're at in this house and just every little thing makes this experience a little bit better. It's a pretty short, like I said, it's a pretty short game, pretty easy plat. It's pretty straightforward when it comes to that. But you're trying to just, you know, defeating your fears and discover the truth behind what's going on. But if you play Evil Inside, make sure you wear headphones. You gotta wear headphones with this one. But yeah, I think you'll like it. If you like PT, or if you never got around to playing the PT demo, this will probably be the closest that you get to it without getting in other means. But Evil Inside, check this out. You won't be as disappointed, but you'll like the experience if you like horror. So, all right, the next one up, Phobia, Saint Defina Hotel. So this one is super inspired by Resident Evil. This, I mean, it brings back the true survival horror, and that, like, where that comes from is obviously, you know, back in the Resident Evil days where you had limited ammo, limited health. Health wasn't always there. You died, you restarted back at your checkpoint. So this is pretty similar to that. So this is you're like this journalist that's heard about these strange things going on at this hotel, and you're there to, you know, research it and see what's going on. So you check in and things just get crazy. I mean, they have a monster in here that looks just like, not just like, but for the most part looks like the Nemesis. But yeah, this is another one to play with headphones on too, because the atmosphere, the sounds, you're gonna have your puzzles, just like Resident Evil. But yeah, if you're a Resident Evil fan and you play through the majority of them, or you wanted something new with a different atmosphere, definitely check out Phobia. I would definitely recommend that. Fun game. Went through it. So I would say it's probably good, maybe, depending if you're trying to platinum and stuff like that, I think I beat it in about 8 hours or so. So it's not terribly long, but you get some good. There's some jump scares. good atmosphere, sounds. But yeah, make sure you save, and make sure you save your weapons. Dodge these monsters in the game too, so you don't have to always shoot everybody. So Phobia, check it out. All right, the next one, Quarry. Yeah, I cannot wait. When this got announced, I could not wait for this to come out. This is like, it's similar to, the House of Ashes, the Dark Pictures games. Graphic wise, it's very photorealistic. Everything, the way they got these models. Sometimes I'm looking at the thing, and it's like, am I looking at a picture of these people, or am I looking at the game? Like, it's crazy the way they do these things. But this is done by another one done by Supermassive in 2K. But you're like 9 camp counselors. I think camp's just getting over with, so you're trying to go back home, and things get crazy. So I don't want to kind of spoil it too, but it's another one of those games where you have to but you want to make sure everybody stays alive. So it's another one like Until Dawn, like I said before, the Dark Pictures games. You gotta pick your choices. Whatever you do, everything you do could be a consequence to what happens in the future. So, and it's gonna have quick time events, like I said before. But the Quarry is definitely a great horror game. This is probably one I would definitely, out of the ones that I've shown so far, I would definitely jump in probably this one first, just to kind of, it looks great on the PS5. And then the story is good too. Uses real actors. They look just like them they do in real life, but in a game. So it's awesome. But it gives you like that like back in the day, like 80s, 90s camp counselor, like camp stories, things like that. Gives you that feel. So something I would definitely recommend checking out. But yeah, the Quarry. Next one up. This is a horror game, Doki Doki. This one is the Literature Club Plus version. This is a horror game. Yes, it's a psychological horror experience. I'm not into like visual novels, and this is what this is. It's a visual novel. I heard about it. I was like, you know what? Let me check it out. And this is probably one of my favorite games, actually. So there's 4 girls, and you get invited to this poetry club, and it goes downhill from here. Like, this is not for the easily disturbed people, because it goes through a lot of different stuff I'm not gonna mention on here. But you want something that's different, a visual novel. If you don't mind reading some, or just skimming through it. It's crazy because you think you beat the game, but you didn't. You gotta. I can't even I wish I could. I'm showing some video of it here too, but the video doesn't do any justice. Just you gotta experience the game to a T. So, if you see this out and about, or you got kids and they want this, it's not a kids game. This is for adults. That's why it has rated an M on it. But yeah. Doki Doki, check it out. Alright, next game, Martha is Dead. This one was the big kind of earlier in the year hyped up game, because Sony they pushed it back, but then they made it like censored on PlayStation. So other versions you played it on, I want to say Xbox, and I don't think Switch got a copy version of this. If you played it on there, you got the uncensored version, or even if you played it on Steam, you get the uncensored version. And because some disturbing things that you do in the game, so it didn't take the stuff out of the game. It just simply, instead of it being a mini game, it just went through with the whole scene. So instead of you doing it, the game does it for you. But this is, you're this girl in the like 1940s in Italy, and you're trying to figure out what happened to your sister, and you got to take pictures, and it's a pretty cool story. Definitely some horror aspects of it too. It's like a horror or like a thriller type game. Just another one I would play with headphones, get the good the sound um, with it as well too. So yeah, I mean, with the whole thing with the whole, you know, Sony censorship, it's like, I mean, if you leave the stuff in the game, or you give me an option to check yes or no if I want to play this stuff or not, or, you know, simulate the mini game of this, the things that you do in here. If I check yes, then I know what I'm getting into. If I check no, then, you know, don't do it. So I think that's pretty dumb, but glad we got it. Yeah, Martha's Dead. Check it out. Next one up is boom, Resident Evil 8 Village. I'm sure a lot of you probably have played this already, but if you haven't, definitely want to check in. It's, you know, it's traditional, not traditional, but it's your, you know, traditional Resident Evil game. You're this guy that's searching for his kidnapped daughter and finds himself in this castle with a couple ladies, crazy ladies. I'm sure this was a big thing when it came out. With, I can't even say her name or even remember her name now, but you'll probably see her in the clip here. But she, yeah, her and her sisters are crazy, to say much. But this is actually coming out with I want to say the gold edition or something, or not game of the year, something kind of edition that's coming out later this month too. So we should have all the DLC on the disc. So if you haven't got it yet, wait till the end of this month, and then you'll get the most complete version that you can get of this game. So, but if not, if you want to play it right now and jump right into it, definitely, I'm sure you can get the copies pretty cheap at GameStop or other places online. But yeah, Resident Evil 8 Village, great atmosphere. Another one of these games that I think you should play all these scary games with headphones. It gives you the better experience than just playing it on like a loudspeaker. So yeah, Resident Evil 8. All right, next one up, Insomnious. This one, so you're this is crazy. So that, first of all, this is PAL exclusive at the moment. So I don't know if it's coming out anywhere else. Right now, you can only get it through PAL territories, and it also comes with a Slippy, so I like that as well. But yeah, there's no combat at all in this game. This is, and I guess you could say maybe it's a walking sim as well too. It's a horror adventure, but you're solving puzzles. But the atmosphere on this one, this is another one that you should definitely play while you're wearing headphones. Like, there's once I saw the trailer for this one, this just looked crazy. The room with the hands, and you might see a clip of it in here, but like, it just like, oh, I love it. So yeah, if you haven't, if you have played like Evil Inside and Horror Tales, The Wine, things like that, it's gonna be kind of similar to this one. It's a little bit longer of a game than those, but definitely I think it's probably scarier, I would say, than those as well too. So yeah, Insomnious, check it out. Wear headphones. Make sure the lights are out. You'll love it. Alright, and last but not least, Madison. Yo, this game is probably the scariest game that came out this year, if not the scariest game for the PS5. It came out for PS4 as well. But if you got a publisher, or not publisher, but if you got a developer publisher named Bloodiest Games, you know it's crazy. So this one, oh man, it's, you gotta wear headphones with this one. Like I said, I'm saying it again, you gotta wear headphones with this one. You're gonna have plenty of jump scares. You're probably gonna want to wear adult diapers as well too. I'm telling you, this game is crazy. Play it now during October. Even if it's Christmas, play it. Like, but the best time to play it is now, because it's the season of scaring, getting shit on yourself, all that stuff, peeing on yourself. So play this game, Madison. It's just it's crazy with, I mean, the monsters. I mean, you obviously get the puzzles, monsters. it's just you're taking pictures. It's like everything. I mean, you're seeing clips of it too now, but like the clips doesn't do any justice by playing it. Like it's crazy too, because some people will love horror movies but can't play them because it's like you're playing it yourself. When you're watching a movie or something like that, it's totally different, because it's not you playing, you're just watching it. But as you're playing it, it's a totally different experience, and this is what this game gave to me too. So Madison, I highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. Scariest game out for the PS5. So hopefully something new will top that, but until then, it's Madison. So I appreciate you guys checking in with me. That's it for the PS5 horror games for October 2022. I'm gonna do my pickups for this month, at the end of this month. So be on the lookout for that video. I know we get some other videos too from, I want to say, Ricky's dropping something as well too. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Till next time. Also, what games hasn't come out? Say, let's base it off a horror movie. So if there's any horror movies that you guys think that should be games, what do you guys think this should be? That's not out yet. So let me know in the comments. Until next time. Peace.